Very beautiful episode, one of the best episodes I think that we've had. Elle Lively, she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. I honestly don't know where that came from. Talked to her mom about it because I was like, hey, why does she want that?
Sophia was very sad. She loves to travel, and she definitely had the FOMO. I want to make sure you didn't get away from what I'm about to say. Tulum
was beautiful, man.
No, I didn't say nothing yet. You were posting pictures out there, and it looked like a female friend was in the ambiance.
Yeah.
Was in the scenery.
Yeah.
So is that a confirmation that it was a female friend there?
Yes, definitely a female friend. Yeah.
Really?
And
what's that talking about?
You said what? Welcome back to the Outside Voices podcast, guys. We are moving along. We are now going on 3 months in. 3 months into the podcast.
Is that how long it's been?
It's been 3 months.
And we're on episode 13. Episode 13.
And I feel like we've been doing a decent job. Solid job so far.
No, we've been doing a great job, and a great job to the team because, as you guys know, well, let's just go straight into last pod. We'll start first. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe.
Yes.
We appreciate you guys so much. We appreciate our community so much, and our comments. The comment section is always great. We read it multiple times. We take feedback. We try to apply it to the next episode.
And we are on our way to 200,000 subscribers. Guys,
200,000 subscribers.
We love you guys so much. This podcast community is so amazing, and we appreciate you guys. Keep leaving positive comments below. And let's just say that we have some very special guests coming in the next month or so. I got some things lined up that I haven't even told you yet. I'm going to surprise you. They're just going to show up, and you're not going to have no idea. So
okay,
stay tuned for that.
Well, I'm excited. I'm
Yes.
excited. So now moving on to the last pod, because as you guys know, I was not there for the last pod, but it was a very beautiful episode. One of the best episodes I think that we've had was without me. And I could admit that because it was with my family, and he had on my oldest niece, Elle.
So let's
first,
give it a round of applause for
give it
Elle.
Elle. Before you go, because I have questions about that for you and that experience.
Okay.
Obviously I was gone. We wanted to go. Of course, we were trying to go, but our situation with the newborn and things that we had going on, it was just really, really hard to make it. So unfortunately, we were not there. And of course, Sophia was very sad. She loves to travel, and she definitely had the FOMO. We were missing out for sure. But talking about the pod,
Yeah.
Elle Lively.
So I think what is special about that podcast is that she's been wanting to be on our podcast for a while. Mm-hmm. Like she actually watches our podcast, which I think is really cool. Mm-hmm. And then obviously on the trip with you not being there, made so much sense for her to hop on as my guest. And I think what was so special is that we didn't even like prep for the podcast. Like we just literally sat down like we were at home just having normal conversation. And I think that's what made it so like organic, and she was so comfortable. And I thought she did such an amazing job as an 8-year-old, because you know there's people, even as our guests, like they need time to think about, you know, their answer.
Yeah,
and there's times where they lose train of thought, or they're, you know, saying they're like I don't know, and like, you know what I mean? Like she was so fluid with her answer. She knows like every little detail was so on point. It was almost like she was media trained.
Whoa.
Literally.
Yeah, but I mean, no, first off, she did do really, really good. But also, yeah, I think that she was already like filming her own TikToks at 3 years old. Like,
yeah.
Not TikToks, but like she was filming her own self, because she literally from the first day she was born,
yeah,
she was already basically being on camera. You know what I'm saying? But it's also nice too, and I'm sure it's satisfying for you and Catherine, because when you have a kid that's raised in that type of environment, they either could not fuck with it, or they can like it, and you hope that they like the life that they were basically forced into, which clearly she likes it, and she's good at it, and she's like, I said, she likes being on camera, and she's very creative and well spoken.
It's so easy for her. Like after we're done with the podcast, she was like, "All right, Dad, I'm gonna go jump in the pool now with my brother and sister." I was like, "It's that easy." Like, it's just so fluid for her. And Catherine texted after she saw the podcast. I was like, "She did such an amazing job." And then once it was live, like Elle went to rewatch it again, and I'm just like, "That's so cool to me." She was excited. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So podcast went really well. Thank you guys for all the love and support. I know a lot of you guys are asking, you know, want Alea to be on or Steele to be on. I still feel like they're still very young. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's hard to really.
And it's hard to, like, you know, continue with conversations and make it as long as possible.
Kids are like, 5 minutes are already.
That's what I'm saying with Elle. Like, I just want it to be, organic, short, straight to the point. Some of our podcasts are so long, an hour and a half, and I think ours was 40 to 45 minutes. It was like perfect. And yeah, she had a great time. And so maybe in the future I'll have Alea and Still on, and then maybe we'll have Elle on again. And she even mentioned that she wanted to do her own podcast with her friends.
That's crazy.
That's cool.
That would be cool.
She is like working on her first YouTube video back on the Ace Family YouTube channel.
Okay.
So I think in about a week or so we'll get it live. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. That'll be exciting.
That's crazy.
She's been filming herself TikToks and her own YouTube videos, I feel like a few times a week right now. So she just has stuff in the inventory.
Yeah. Well, I know she has like 700 TikToks in the inventory for sure. She has a lineup for 4 years. That's
she
crazy.
Really does.
So what I did see, obviously I watch every pod front to back without not missing one.
Yeah.
The part that I can't keep, that I always think about about that episode is her talking about she wanted to be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah. I honestly don't know where that came from. Like, at first on the pod I thought she was trolling.
Yeah.
But like, she's dead serious. And like, if anybody knows Elle, she knows what she wants. She's like me in that way of like, no, I know what I want and I'm gonna get what I want no matter what it takes.
Right.
And so now my concern is, first of all, I didn't want to talk about none of that, right? Like, that just naturally came up from her.
Yeah.
Right? And now I can address it because she's not here. Yeah. And I talked to her mom about it because I was like, hey, because we thought it was funny. Why did Elle, why does she want that? Or is she joking? Like, she trolling? And Catherine was like, we talked about like maybe, from the YouTube video she watches. And I also think it's from, what she's around, her environment. I think from being her father and seeing what I do for her and her siblings and what I was doing for her mom. I think she's like, I want someone that resembles my father in the way that he is so hardworking and that he's able to do nice things for us. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
No, I
think that's where it kind of stems from. If I can think of why she said that.
Well, I think that her growing up, I don't think that she was ever around to this day. She's not used to like seeing a woman wake up and go to work in the morning. Ever.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe there's some YouTube videos that
but I'm saying it's also hard, I feel like, for a kid to understand that, like, okay, mommy and daddy didn't leave the house for 4 days, but they worked for 32 hours in 4 days. Right. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it's hard to not be like, oh, like, my dad didn't get up and go to work. He was home, so maybe he wasn't working. It's easy for a kid to think that you're not working.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So that's in her defense. She's like, whatever situation's going on, I know that my mom was at home a lot.
Yeah.
I know that so and so is at home a lot.
Yeah.
That I should be at home too.
Yeah.
Like, what sense does that make?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then obviously going deeper, then she would understand that a man working hard to provide for his family could put the woman in a situation where then she could be a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's obviously not the reality for everybody, especially in this fucking economy and shit that we have going on. But it was hella funny to see her say that though.
Yeah, it just blew my mind. And like I said, the topic that was not on the topic list at all. Obviously, I wasn't trying to talk about my daughter's future because I still have 30 years from now to address that. But
she's gonna be 9 this year.
She's gonna be 9 this year.
So half of her life half of the life that you could truly control is already over with because you have another 9.
No.
Another 9?
No. I have
that 18th. If she's like, Dad, I'm going to Miami. Bye.
When she turns 30, then she can make her.
When she says I'm going to Miami at 18 years old and said I'm never coming back.
No one's saying that.
What could you do?
Say, guess what? Daddy has no more money. You can't go anywhere. Daddy's money's gone. So where are you gonna go?
She's like, Mommy.
And then me and Mommy can have a conversation.
See,
and that's why it's just so like
sick.
It's just, I know, man. It's crazy because when Catherine first got pregnant, I could have sworn it was a boy. Mm-hmm. Like, I was already buying boy everything, literally. And then when I had a girl, obviously it was like the best feeling in the world. And then when Catherine got pregnant for the second time, I knew for sure it was a girl. I was like, I'm not having a boy yet. I knew for sure it was a girl. And then when I first had, which was Alea, then when I had 2 daughters, I was like, yo, this is the best thing in the world. Like, having girls is the best, right? Mm-hmm. And then when I had my son, I was like, damn, I got a little mini me, right? Mm-hmm. But to me still, I think the best raising a kid right now, I guess, yeah, early on is a girl. Because I feel like that brought so much out of me. It changed me in so many ways, in ways I could never imagine. Because raising a boy is like almost like hanging out with your boys, like your homies, right?
Yeah, right.
Because you get to like raise somebody to be a better version of yourself, mm-hmm. right? But having a girl brings so much out of you. Like, I can't even explain it, bro. Like, as you know,
let me have 2 questions right now. For, and I'll answer 2. But what do you think is the biggest thing having a girl or having daughters has taught you as a man?
I would say it just softened me up so much that nothing is that serious, bro. Like, if anybody knows me, I'm impatient. I'm very much like, things have to go a certain way, right? And I feel like my daughters changed me completely. Like, bro, I have to be so patient with them. There's things that don't go my way all the time that I'm just like making sure that they're good because mm-hmm. they're emotional. Mm-hmm. And I'm just not a soft individual at all. Like, mm-hmm. I don't really show much emotion. I'm a straight bull Taurus, but they've softened me up so much and changed me in such a sweetheart way. Like, even more than, me being a lover boy. Like, I'm even more of like just a sweetheart now. Like, I feel like anybody who wants anything, it's like, here, have whatever. Like, I can't say no to my daughters. I can't.
I think for the girls, I feel like I think kids in general, the number one thing that you gain, regardless if you're ready for it or not, is patience, right? So number one is like, if you don't have patience, you're not gonna be a good parent, period. Like, you have to be extremely patient to deal with children.
Yeah, but
period.
Girls though.
So with girls,
daughters are like,
I would say the biggest thing is it made me more like conscious that she's a girl, right? And more like, obviously Say is only 3 months old, but
yeah,
is like more like aware, like, and conscious of what she has going on because she's a girl. Because there's a lot of things I like, and this is my thesis. Girls act the same whether they're 4 or 44.
Yeah.
They all need attention.
Yeah.
They all need understanding. They all need listening.
100%.
They need to be like, are you okay? Are you okay? Sure. Everything's good. Okay. That's what a girl needs. And I feel like, especially boys who weren't raised with sisters like us and having a dad like ours, that's very like, you know what I mean? It's like we didn't have none of that growing up. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we had a sister, we probably would have bullied her. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She probably would have been a tomboy if we had a sister.
Yeah.
So obviously us both having daughters first, I think was by design. Yeah. I think God needed for us to have girls. And the fact 100%. That you had 2 girls and a boy, and then I have 2 girls and I'm going to have another one, we might be twinning it.
No, we will be.
And then this is my second question though. What's the biggest difference in a boy and a girl? Because that's what I don't know yet, because I don't have a boy. But what is truly the biggest difference of being a dad to a girl to being a dad to a boy?
Well, I feel like from parent to parent is different because obviously, parents have different values.
So for you, for Austin,
for me, and it's hard for me to even answer this because I feel like I'm so blessed because I have the best kids in the world. Like, my kids are so loving. Mm-hmm. They're so smart. They're so playful. Girls, I got to be super patient with them, right? Like, my daughters, they know that their dad will never say no. Mm. They know as soon as I budge on something, they look at me, they give me a hug and says, "Dad, like, please." They give me this look, and I can just never say no to my daughters. But my son, still boy, I can say no. And he'll get mad at me, and I'll let him whine and figure it out.
So you can be more tough love with your son.
100%.
And is it because he's a boy? You're like, you're good, bro.
Yeah, let him figure it out.
You're like, you're chilling.
Figure it out.
You're chilling.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. You know, like.
That's what a man's life is about, though.
Yeah, and it's just like, I don't know. It's a bit weird because 3 kids, to me now, like I never could imagine me having 3 kids.
3 kids does sound like a lot of kids.
It does, and I never could imagine. But now it's like 3 kids to me was like the perfect mix.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like naturally I don't have a lot of kids. You know what I mean?
But if you would have had 3 daughters,
maybe
you would have wanted another boy, another son.
And that's maybe because they're all so close in age and they all get along and they all play with each other.
Yeah.
And there's times where the girls will pick on Stilly or Stilly will pick on the girls, and it's like a perfect combination. And I got Catherine and I got so blessed and lucky to be able to have like that combination.
Right.
8, 6, and 4, and that's why now it's very hard for me to even comprehend like having another kid. Having a 4th kid, it would be what the gap now is 4 years.
So it would be, well, you'd have a 10-year-old basically,
yeah,
and a 1-year-old.
Yeah, see, that's be too much.
That's pretty crazy. Well, hold on, we went on a little bit of a tangent.
Yeah,
that was not even on our script here.
Yeah,
but we need a because I wanted to make sure you didn't get away from what I'm about to say. Tulum
was beautiful, man.
No, I didn't say nothing yet.
I want to talk a little bit about it.
Okay, go ahead.
Tulum,
go ahead.
Tulum was really beautiful. I've never been. Have you been to Tulum?
No.
Never been to Tulum. Out there, I had one of the best times that I've ever had on a trip.
It looked like it.
And I think being in a place like that had me feel so relaxed, peaceful, not stressed. Like, I was out in Tulum. Ray and I were out in Tulum, literally with like not caring about what clothes we were wearing. We barely wore any clothes. We weren't wearing no shoes. We were riding around in ATVs everywhere we went. We didn't have to worry about having a car, and we were just eating like whatever was out there. And it was just so nice and like relaxing and refreshing that we didn't have to think about much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. See, that's nice, but you're posting pictures out there.
Yeah, I got hella content out there.
No.
You guys, and I always want to ask you guys, like, whenever I go on these trips, do you guys like the content that I'm giving you guys? Like, that's why I want to go on more trips. This is my 2nd trip, by the way, already in 2 months. I've been going on a trip every month, basically. France first, then Tulum, and then where do you think I should go next? Australia or Japan?
I'll tell you where you should go next. You should go back to what I'm about to say.
Okay, what?
Talking about content.
Yeah.
You were posting pictures out there, right? And it looked like a female friend was in the ambiance.
Yeah.
Was in the scenery.
Yeah.
So is that a confirmation that it was a female friend there?
Yes, definitely a female friend, yeah.
Really?
And
what's that talking about?
You said what?
Well, what's that talking about?
It's talking. It's talking.
Oh,
and,
it's talking?
It's talking. And
oh, shit.
I think the pace that I'm going at is
your pace.
Is perfect. But no, this is something I've obviously talked to you about and obviously talked to Ray about. And the pace for me naturally is going extremely fast. When I want something, I have to have it immediately.
And you want it.
And the pace that I'm at with this
do you want it?
Individual is going really well. And I love the pace because the moment you start putting pressure on yourself to move faster, or you start having to put labels on things, I feel like is what ruins a good situation. And I like the pace that we're going, not offline but also online, because no one can interfere with what we have going on. Does that make sense?
Now, does she also like the pace, or is it just you liking the pace?
No, she likes, and she appreciates the pace.
She appreciates it.
Yeah. I think we appreciate it together. I think that's what I think is the most important thing, is that we're both been on the same page. You know what I mean?
You know what?
And
I love that for you.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I'm happy for you. So, and it looks like you're taking the advice of not burning things out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And which means that you care about the person, because you're trying to do things to avoid habits that you had in the past.
Yeah.
With, that you didn't like about yourself, or what you feel, or how you acted. So you're making a change.
Yeah.
And you don't make a change unless you care about the person.
I'm really trying to work on that. And I know a lot of people on social media want me to showcase what I have going on, but I'm just not ready for it. You know what I mean? I think it took me even time to get ready at this point.
To do what you're doing.
To do what I'm doing now. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because I really, for the most part, it's been over a year now since my divorce. I've been trying my best to work on myself, things that I got to work on, that I feel like I'm moving in the right direction.
Hey, man. Amen to that.
Yeah.
I love that for you, and we're all happy for you.
Thank you.
You know
I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
I want everybody to be with me here when I say that we appreciate the little glimpses that you are showing us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because at least we're still in it.
Yeah. And I do want to appreciate everyone on social media for giving, me all the love and support through, my single life. Because I appreciate that so much. And you guys, for the most part, have been happy for me.
Yes.
And that's what matters to me.
Yes.
Is that you guys support me.
Yes.
As well.
Okay. Well, I wanted to talk about that real quick before we go into the actual episode. Okay. Yeah. So first off, thank you. 'Cause I thought you were going to do the same old get around the question, but you answered it.
No. I think it's, like I said, the pace, right? Before.
Back to the pace.
Before, the pace wasn't right for me to talk about anything.
Yeah.
There's steps. I've realized that there are steps in every situation of life.
There's no race to the pace.
And there is no race to the pace, my
There's no race to the pace.
Yes.
So now moving on to today's actual episode, okay? We have a serious portion. We have a non-serious portion.
Okay.
Which one would you like to start with?
I'm all about fun, but let's get the serious out the way.
So let's knock the seriousness out the way. The seriousness of topic of today's episode of the pod is all about mental health, okay? And we know that is a struggle for everybody, whether it's at a certain time or all the time, God forbid, but everyone has some type of stuff they deal with, whether it be depression or anxiety or whatever it may be. And we both have experiences in our life that we dealt with things. So topic just mental health. Also men's mental health, because I feel like that's different, right?
Yeah.
Mental health in general. Pressures of being a man.
Yeah.
Okay. So mental health in general. I guess let's talk about something personal first. What do you think was a time of your life, if you want to be vulnerable, a time of your life where you truly had a mental health struggle?
That's a good question.
Would you like me to go first?
Let me think about it for a second.
I can go first.
I've had a few. I'm gonna be honest. I had a few. I think that my first moment where I was really going through it mentally for myself was after college. It was when I graduated from Eastern Washington and moved back to LA. And we just had Elle. Elle was 2-3 months old, and the draft came for the NBA, and I did not get drafted. That was like one of the pivotal moments in my life where I didn't know what to do with myself for a second. Excuse me. And I never really talked about it with anybody, not even Catherine, what I was dealing with mentally. And when I didn't get drafted, I really did not know what to do with myself. But it was a weird time for me because I had the most special prized possession that came to my life, which was Elle, my firstborn. And the only thing that I can remember that I did to get through that time was for me to push through and make something out of that situation, not only for myself, but for my family now, because I had a kid, and me pushing through was me taking the social media route. I took all of my hurt, anger, frustrations out on me not making it to the NBA, on becoming a YouTuber. Like, instead of me being a successful NBA player, I knew I was going to be a successful YouTuber in whatever way that was. But I tell you what, like, it was such a process for me. It didn't last very long that I was going through it mentally. I want to say it lasted maybe, I don't know, half of a year that I went through it. But the moment I pushed through, I never looked back. Like, when we started grinding on YouTube and we started growing, the whole basketball route for me, like, mentality changed completely. Like, I don't even think I touched a basketball for like 3 years. That was like the first mental, I don't want to call it episode, but that was like the first mental breakdown that I had.
So in that exact circumstance, your situation of how you helped yourself was you put it all into your work.
Yeah, I put my focus into, I guess, turning it around into, you know, something else that wasn't basketball. That's what's interesting, is like, I took a direction that wasn't even in the same lane.
No, I know.
You know what I mean? Like, I went a completely different lane.
Which is a big gamble and risk.
Yeah, which in a completely different lane, and I didn't know what was going to happen. I just took a risk, and I believed in myself, and I took my anger and frustrations out on that. And I really, honestly, like, when you talk about manifestation, that was like my first real power manifestation. Because every night that I was going through it mentally, I still had a positive side that was saying, like, I'm going to become this, I'm going to become this, I'm going to become this.
So talking about that, pressures of a man, as we have, did you feel the pressure of Elle and Catherine in a moment where you're like, I got to make some shit shake?
Hell yes.
Because it's not just me.
Hell yes.
I feel like as a man, if you won't have stuff behind you, it's easy for you like, I'm tripping, I could take a year off, I could figure it out. But when you're like, I high key have to make it work now. Something.
And I think that pressure is a good word. I think pressure
diamond
was able to push me to the next level mentally, because I've always been the type to work well under pressure. Like, I love having pressure because it drives me, and because I was in a position where well, should I say my family was in a position where they could have helped me. They could have easily helped Catherine and I with, you know, groceries or, you know, diapers or rent or whatever the case was. But I never was going to, you know, ask mom or dad for anything or friends for anything. Like, I wanted to figure it out for myself because I put myself in that situation of having a family.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I knew it was capable.
Yeah.
I just had to figure it out.
Right.
So definitely the pressure was on, but I feel like I exceeded the pressure.
Okay.
You know, what about for you? So I know you've been through a lot, maybe more than me in my life. And
well, I'll talk about, I feel like I've had a few, but I'll talk about the main one and one that really changed like my life, right? So I was one of those people that I used to think, like, and I could admit this, that I used to literally be like, depression's not real. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, get over it.
Yeah.
The fuck? I was one of those people.
Yeah.
Such a fucking dickhead.
Yeah.
Like, I was, and it slapped me in the face crazy.
Yeah.
Because I experienced my first feeling of depression ever was when I first went through the whole breakup with Soul's mom, right? Yeah. And there was a time during the breakup, initially off the jump, where I didn't see Soul for like almost 2.5 months.
Yeah, I remember you were living with me.
Living with you, super off, did not work at all, no social media, and was not seeing my kid.
Yeah.
My life was completely changed.
By the way, I don't wish that on anybody. I don't know how you got through that. So, because I would have literally lost my mind. Like, literally.
And what's crazy is right before this, 3 months before that, I was cleared of being I was cancer free. Yeah. I was cleared of cancer 3 months before I went through this whole situation, or fucking headache situation, right? Yeah. But I was not sad or depressed at all during that time of me being sick. It was not that experience for me at all. It was very just faith driven and a powerful, meaningful, blessing experience that was. Yeah. And me going through that was also meant for me in my life from God, because right after that, I had the situation with the breakup, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't go through that health situation and get right, it would not have prepared me. I feel like
it was like boom, boom, boom.
It would not have prepared me for what was going to happen with Soul, because that was the worst thing I've ever felt in my life.
Yeah.
Right?
It wasn't like you went through something and then 3 years later and then 3 years later, it was like back to back to back.
No, it was back. I needed some serious purging, clearly. You know what I'm saying? Because I went through all that stuff. My life completely transformed to where I'm at now, right? So I remember I was at your house, and I remember that I couldn't see Soul for again, it was close to 90 days.
Yeah.
I remember that it was Father's Day that year. So the breakup was in February or some shit.
Yeah.
When's Father's Day? You know when Father's Day is, Ray? So May or June, whatever. Yeah. I remember that it was Father's Day and I could not see Soline. And you guys were all going to, I think, Aunt Mo's house, to our cousin's house.
Okay.
And I stayed home. I was in this fool's big ass house by myself. And I'm talking, I didn't look at my phone. I didn't watch anything on TV. There's no sound on the house and I'm the only one home, and I'm just in the room like this.
Like, this is my life.
And I was so fucking sick. And that was the first time I said, wow, I'm fucking depressed. And I remember that exact feeling, and it hit me. And now I have an explanation for what depression feels like to people that maybe still thought like how I used to think. Depression, to me, literally feels like, try to grasp this right now. You ever seen something on your phone or had something super off? Like, imagine you have a girlfriend, or let's just put it in the put it in the perspective.
Okay, sure. I'll imagine that.
Put it in the perspective.
I would like to imagine.
Put it in the perspective of when you and Catherine were together.
Okay.
Say you're out somewhere, right? And then you got a text. You're talking amongst your guys.
Okay.
And you got a text from Catherine saying like, we need to talk when we get home. Okay.
Okay.
And then say 30 minutes later, you kind of forgot that text, but you're talking. You're like, wait, why do I fucking feel sick about something?
Right.
But you can't remember why you feel sick. That exact feeling is what depression is like about being sad, because you're sad all the time, but you can't really pinpoint why you're sad. You're in this funk.
I would add on to that too, because now that you say it, I guess during that time of me going through my mental, or you call it depression, for a period of time before I had to wake up, I didn't want to do anything. I was stuck in my head and didn't want to do when I tell you not anything, bro, I didn't even want to shower.
Oh, you don't want to take care of yourself. That's a clear sign of depression.
No. To the point where I couldn't leave the house to go get myself food.
Yeah.
It was that bad for a good thing that didn't last too long, but for a period of time.
Yeah.
It was hard for me to get up off the couch, bro, and to think about something else besides in my thoughts.
That's a clear indication though. When you see a homie who's you haven't got a cut in 3 months.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
You're not showering. Are you good? That's a clear indication. As long as I was taking care of their hygiene.
Yeah.
They're cooked.
It's not good.
Something's going on.
It's not good.
So that time though was for sure the first time I was like, this shit is real, and I need to be proactive on how to get out of it. So now talking about, let's just transition into straight advice on people that are going through a time. Right. What you suggest people to do or behave. I have two crucial ones.
So I think for me, my way to cope with it was putting my focus elsewhere. Mm-hmm. Whether that's hanging out with friends, whether that's work, whatever area that you have in front of you, because a lot of times some people might not have work, but other people may have friends or have family members, or whatever the case is. Whatever you have around you, I would utilize the best way you can, and just try to take your focus off whatever you're going through as much as you can.
My two things is, one is spending as much time as you can with friends and family.
Yeah.
Number one, try not to be alone, because when you're alone, that's when the shit hits, right? No matter what it is. At nighttime, worst. So for sure, friends and family. And then number two is working out, because it's not even it's a clear, scientifically proven, if you literally Google it right now, working out, it releases, I forgot whatever the fuck the word is, releases it in your body that literally makes you feel better. Yeah. So even if you don't working out, you got to try to do something.
Be active, yeah.
Walking,
being active, is I think the word, because I think even just walking outside and getting fresh air helps so much too.
But when you, because like you started your fitness journey and you got back in the gym not that long ago and you really started taking it serious, don't you have that feeling though of where like the progress of you, doesn't it give you something where like, well, I'm doing it. Like that feeling though is a great, even small progress feels great.
Yeah. But also too, like it's not even with just working out. I feel like it mentally does something to you in all aspects of your life. Yeah. Like you think everything is leveling up because your body, yourself is leveling up. No, you know what I mean?
Well, I feel like it's crucial. Obviously, what made me want to get back on working out is because I'm like, bro, all these super successful people that I met, billionaires I've seen on, like every single person has a routine where working out is a part of their schedule. Every single one. Wake up 5 a.m., work out, meditate, read a book.
Having a routine. I think that's like, a good one. I think that's a good one.
It's crucial.
I think having a routine and whatever way that is for you, because I know a lot of people will say, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, but everybody could create a routine in some kind of way.
Some type of way.
Yeah.
And last thing I want to say about that is that, you know, anybody watching this here in our community that, you know, is going through a time when they feel like they're just stuck and they'll never feel better or get better, we're praying for you, and we hope that you make it out. We know that you are going to make it out. We know that the light is at the end of the tunnel, and that everything that you're going through right now is just it's a process to transition you into the next part of your life.
I think it's a great point, because I did questions on my Snapchat the other day where I answer people's questions, and I hardly ever get like negative, depressed responses or questions. It's like 99.9% positive questions that I normally get. And so the other day I got one that was really negative, and someone was down, and they were basically saying like, you know, I'm not sure how much longer I can be here and do this anymore. And I responded, and I'm responding to all of you guys as well, because I know they're not the only person going through anything. And I just want to say that you are important to everybody around you. Always remember that. You're important to us. You're important to everybody around you. And that life has so much to offer you. And whatever you're going through, I promise you that you're going to get out of it. God right here works like magic, and he will do any and everything for you. And just know that time will pass, and that you will get through everything. And I promise you'll look back at your life, whether it's a week from now or a year from now, and you'll be like, damn, like he was right. Like it was just a period of time, and I'm doing so much better now. So
the last thing I want to add to that is because the one thing that people say or like to say in situations like this, people who want to play, you know, devil's advocate, is like God's taking too long.
Yeah.
Like I can't keep waiting on it. Like I can't. Why does he have me doing this for this long?
Yeah.
Why am I still going through this pain?
Yeah. It's easy for someone to lose their faith, right?
So whether
their faith is here or their faith is the size of this backyard.
So I always say that in times that are troubling that you may not understand, it is not our job to understand, right? So we can't question the things that we're going through that God is putting us through. For instance, take my example for number one. Most of you guys watching this and have never been through cancer, right?
Yeah.
I could easily been, why me?
Yeah.
I'm fucking off. Kids my age are fucking chilling, driving their cars around, and I'm fucking in the hot. Like
you could have gave up on yourself.
I could have just been like, fuck. That's the most why me situation I can think of.
Yeah.
But not for one instance did I ever think that, because I knew that it was just something that I needed to go through. That's where faith comes into play a lot.
Yeah.
It was something I needed to go through to get to where I need to be. And so whatever you're going through that you might feel like, why me, is only something that you need to go through to either make you a better person, for you to learn a lesson, for you to get away from someone, to meet someone else. It's something that you're going through right now that you will understand why you went through it after longer. You'll be like, oh, I knew. Imagine if I would have took that job. I would have been stuck over there.
I think something else that could hit with people, or I think that I ask myself too, is like, a lot of times people can't relate to, you know, having faith, right? But I know people can relate to their attitude. And I feel like having the right attitude and a positive attitude changes the game.
Say that again.
Like if your attitude is shitty and you have a negative attitude going through whatever you're going through, I promise you that it's going to take so much more for you to get out of that than someone with a positive attitude. Like if you have a positive attitude in a negative situation, I promise you that time period of you getting out of it will be so much shorter. So again, positive attitude is just as important as having faith in the man above. Promise you that.
So let's go straight into the last part of the seriousness, is the pressures of a man. Okay. Actually, before that last topic, people want to know questions that we're asked all the time that we don't really talk about.
Yeah.
And we'll make it quick because I know we're going on about this.
What?
Austin, how do I get over a breakup? Give me 3 to 5 top things I have to do right now. I'm going through a breakup. How do I get over this person? Go.
It's hard because I can only do it for myself because I went through it.
I have the perfect routine.
So, okay, 1 sec. Let me just. Why do you have the perfect routine? That's weird.
I have the perfect game
Let
plan.
me think about it for myself. So, obviously, during my breakup, again, it seems like I keep going back to like focusing on work, right?
Okay.
Because that's what I did. I went super hard on Snapchat, right? Create a whole character on Snapchat. And also I'm blessed to be able to have kids who show me so much love, right? That also allow me to get through. So focus on work, put focus elsewhere on work, spent even more time with my kids, one-on-one time, good quality time with my kids. What else? Had good people around me. Super important, like you talked about. What else? I think those are the 3 major things for me.
And those helped you?
And those helped me a lot, yeah.
Okay, so you guys at home right now, get your fucking papers out, get your notes out on your fucking phone, and dead ass write or just clip what I'm about to say right now and keep it in your phone if you're going to break up.
I'm actually curious.
I promise you I have the cheat code. This is what you got to do. Step 1. And this, first off, let me start by saying you can only do this method and it's only going to work if you really 100% know. Every person I know that asks me, and I'm about to give them this game, I say first, are you 100% sure that it's over with and that you're going to be done? Because most breakups that are serious and you love them, 90% of the time they're not actually done. They're like, oh no, I can't, I'm over it. A month later, you talking? Oh, you're talking again. You know what I'm saying? Because it's hard. I get it. There's a lot of love, connection, past years, blah, blah, blah. This is when you decide, I have to get over this person. This is it. I need help. This is what you do. Number 1, make sure that you have them blocked on every single thing you can possibly see them on.
Hold up.
No. Don't question it. Listen to it at first.
Okay. I'll let you get a clip there. Go ahead.
Block them on everything. Not just phone, every single app, every single thing where there's no possible way they can pop up on your phone, period. Now, make sure all of your friends, family, everyone that you follow also has them blocked, okay?
Okay.
No. Listen to me. You think it's, I'm telling you, it's extreme.
Over here.
It's extreme, but it's 100% guaranteed at the end. Okay?
It's valuable.
Now, that's very crucial. So therefore, you'll never ever see them on your phone. Number 2 is you tell all your close people, friends and family, never ever bring them up ever again. I don't want to hear nothing that you have to say. Because I'll tell you one thing. How many times, I know you can relate to this. I know Ray. I know everyone is fucking watching can relate to this. You're going through a breakup. You think you're chilling. All of a sudden, you're, hey, bro, you saw Catherine posted that dude? Isn't that crazy? I'm thinking you don't give a fuck. And you're like, oh yeah, that's crazy. And you were fine, and then you heard one thing, or you saw one thing. Hey, you see she was with so and so. Oh, you saw she posted with the Rolls Royce in the backseat.
Yeah.
You're like instantly sick. All the feeling just comes back.
Okay.
So if no one could ever bring them up, you never see them.
Yep.
They're out of sight, out of mind. That is very crucial to you getting over them.
Okay.
That's number 1. That's not even done.
Oh, you're not done.
No.
Shit.
That's the first part, is making sure.
You sound like a full-time job.
Out of sight, out of mind. Number 2 is while you're dealing with that, it goes back to working on yourself, right? So going to working out, elevating yourself, reading, trying to get that
basically
job.
Just forgetting all about them.
All about them. There ain't no talking about it. It's basically if you took them, shipped them off to Mars, they deleted all their social medias, and then that was it.
Yep.
That's the key to a breakup. I promise you.
Now,
what do you
play devil's advocate.
Okay, go ahead.
The whole blocking thing.
Sure.
I'm not a blocking type of person.
Okay.
I feel like if I block you, I'm really, really, really fucking hurt.
That's cool.
right? So imagine
Go ahead.
we're in a situation.
Right.
Okay, pause. We're in
Yeah.
a situation.
Yeah.
And I block you on everything,
Yeah.
right? We talking about Instagram. We talking about Snapchat. We
Right.
talking about everything, right? That's what you're saying.
Everything.
Phone, everything, right?
Everything.
The moment you see that,
Yeah.
and you're like, damn, he blocked me on everything. He's hurt. Oh, what did I do to him? He's so hurt. He's going through it. He's emotional. You're going to be like, what's wrong with him?
But who gives a fuck
Okay.
what they think?
Okay.
I didn't block you. I didn't block you for you. I blocked you for me.
Okay. Now you're telling your friends. You're reaching out to your friends and saying, hey, guys, block this
Your
girl.
true closest people are going to be like,
Okay.
duh. Like, they're going to be like, okay.
Yeah, but they're going to be
question
like, Landon, like, are you that hurt? Like, what happened?
say yes, bitch.
Yeah.
So I do what the fuck I said and don't bring him up no more.
Okay. And then lastly, what was the last one you said? You said, now you're telling your family, guys, please don't bring her up.
Okay, so you're making it sound crazy. You're making it
sound a little crazy.
No one's saying, please don't bring him up ever again. No, you're just saying, like, I don't want to hear about them. I don't want nothing that comes up. Because it's very easy for like a mom who also knew them, like, you saw Sarah got that job at
I know, because
so-and-so?
then like as a parent, it's like, I'm sure mom would say this. She'd be like,
for sure.
No,
she's
I'm
a perfect person.
No, I'm saying, I'm sure mom would say this to you. She'd
What?
be like, Landon, you're just not over her. Like, maybe you should figure it out.
And
For you having to take this route of doing all this,
you know what you say?
Maybe you should figure it out.
You know what you say to your sweet mother?
What?
Mind your business. This is my process. Aren't you divorced? Get over my process. Okay, I'm figuring out just like you're figuring out.
Yeah, you can't judge somebody's process. And as long as you don't care what other people think about you, which is the number one thing.
That's number one thing to my plan.
Exactly.
It's not caring. Yeah.
That's the number one thing I think in life.
Because
period.
4 months, 6 months go by.
Yeah.
You're truly over them because you haven't seen nothing about them.
Yeah.
You're not even gonna care about those people think because you're like, next time you see them a year later. You blocked me on stuff. Oh yeah, my bad. I was trying to get over you type shit. You good though? All right, cool. Then they'll understand like, oh, he bossed up on me.
Yeah. I think everyone, I think that could work for.
I'm telling you, if you don't care what no one thinks, it's working everything.
I think everyone has their own process.
Everyone has their own process.
Yeah.
All I know is you keep the door open. Also, serious shit. You keep the door open, even a fucking
it's gonna hurt
crack.
You. It's gonna hurt you. Yeah.
You're in a very dangerous game.
Yeah.
Because if you're not fully closing that door, which most people don't.
Yeah.
95% of people don't. They have that little space where it could get there. Yeah. You're in for a world of.
I think the best option here is focusing on yourself.
Oh, that's the best key for everything. Yeah.
Right. It's very hard to do it. I'm not saying it's easy, but I think that is the best option: is to focus on yourself and work on the things and be the best version of yourself for that next person.
Because I think from what I learned is that when you're going through a breakup, the worst thing ever is dwelling on them. Like you're checking their pages, you're checking their friends. You're looking at her best friend's story when they're out to see what she posted with guys. Yeah. You go into that shit because everyone does it.
Yeah.
Especially fresh out breakup, you're like, what the fuck? We just broke up.
Or it's you make bad decisions.
You make bad decisions.
Right? I think for me, I can put myself out there. I think after my breakup, there was times where I wanted to.
You slept with that one big girl, and then you said, like, why'd I do that?
No one slept with no big girl. But there was times where, where I wasn't focused, and I wanted to make bad decisions, and I wanted to rush into things and not go at the right pace. Because it's normal after a breakup. You're not acting right mentally. No. You know what I mean? You're not focused. You're not locked in. People take advantage of that, and I was vulnerable. I can admit that I was vulnerable at times. But I felt like I'd done a decent job up until this point.
No, I think you have. I think you did good.
It was very hard for me to do it, and took a lot of mental willpower and a lot of focusing on myself. And I think it was what I needed, honestly. Like that whole process is what I needed in my life, in so many areas. And now I'm in such a good place with myself mentally. And I'm enjoying like every bit of my new process right now, bro. I'm enjoying it.
You know what? We love that for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Now to the last topic of the serious side.
Yeah.
Pressures of a man. Pressures of a husband. Pressures of a boyfriend. Okay? the reason why this is a topic, because it's just thrown into the mix of the man health, mental health. Last night's a perfect example for me.
Yeah.
Okay. Me and Sophia talk shit every day. We always have some funny debate argument every day. That's what we do because we're so close. Okay.
Yeah.
I love that part of our relationship. Perfect example is yesterday. We had a basketball game yesterday, right?
Yeah. Speaking of basketball, Ray, who's winning?
He's not.
Sorry, guys. I'm checking on the Laker and the Clipper game right now.
It's not important. What's important?
No, it is important.
Oh, you bet on it.
Yeah, I sure did.
Oh my!
I need the Lakers to
You're
win.
betting again?
Huh? It's just a little bit of sports betting.
Didn't you go to the sports betting like?
Well, how much? 6? How much time? How much time, Ray? Oh, just start? Okay. We got to finish the pod so I can finish the game.
So pressure's a man.
Yeah.
Yes.
By the way, comment below, Laker or Clipper fan, which team are you on? Comment below.
So after our game yesterday.
By the way, you want to go to a game? We should go to a game soon.
Yeah. Are you gonna pay for my shit?
I pay?
Yes.
You got money.
So you're inviting me.
Let's flip a coin right now to see
When rich people invite people, they should offer to pay.
I'm getting courtside seats, so
we are getting courtside seats.
So I'll get courtside. You can sit behind me.
What? How much are courtside?
Courtside runs anywhere from 5 to 8,000.
You got that?
You also got that. So how about you pay for yours? I pay for mine. Or we can flip a coin.
Just me and you just go by ourselves?
Hell yeah.
I'm with that.
So
I'm with that. Okay. Check the schedule. Sign me up. Now, after our game yesterday, Sophia said she wants to eat at Javier's at Century City.
Okay.
Fire Mexican place. Okay. But she already said that during the day, whatever. And after the game, like while we were playing, she made her way over there so she could shop first, right? After the game, bro, I have no extra clothes. I'm sweaty as fuck. I got a headache. I'm like, I don't feel like driving 35 minutes to go eat over there.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And I call her and I'm like, you still want to eat? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I'm sweaty. It's hot. Like, it's a long drive.
Yeah.
You feel me? I'd rather just go home. She goes, I mean, I drove all the way over here. I would have just stayed home. But I mean, I'm not tripping like that. And I go like, okay, like, I'm going to see you at home. Click. A minute goes by. I'm like,
Yep.
I'm on my way. I'm going to just go over there because, you know what I mean, blah, blah, blah. So I go over there. I have a random ass fucking wrinkled sweatshirt from the back.
Yep.
Sweaty, stinky, random looking off, hair messed up, gonna go eat. She's like, babe, no, I really didn't have to, you really didn't have to do that, blah, blah, blah. And what I said is I said, no, you always got to do that. Because women, I feel like, this could be a controversial take, and I want all the comments. Men truly could care less about a lot of things. Very low maintenance. There's times when your girl will say, like, it's not that serious this time. You get in a fight 3 days later, you didn't even come to the restaurant.
Yep,
when you literally didn't even go home. What kind of effort you put in the relationship?
Yeah.
You got to do it. Even if you don't want to do it, you got to do it.
Yeah.
Every single
time. You got to
leave
as a man, you have to leave no room.
None.
For a woman to hold anything against you.
And what's crazy is that if I was at Citrus City and she dead ass did not want to come, I genuinely would be like, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go home, and I'm not gonna bring it up later.
Yeah, 100%.
But women, it's like
that's the emotional side.
You have the pressure of showing up.
Yeah, 100%.
That's what's crucial. And I'm always like, pause, but I'm like, dating a guy would be better.
Yeah.
If your girl, like how a guy, I mean, I guess in that world they're kind of like still like a girl, but in a guy, if you're a guy, how a guy thinks.
Yeah.
A girlfriend, what do you really have to do besides give me a little bit of that kitty cat and don't give the kitty cat to nobody else?
It's
real shit.
It's the little things though.
Like
the little things for women go a long ways.
Oh, it's
crazy because if you have a certain type of woman, the little things could have you be the perfect man. Do you hear what I just said?
Yes, the little things can make you be a perfect man.
It don't matter about the big things. We talking about materialistic, whatever the fuck you want to say. Like, that's a different type of woman, right?
Yes.
And I think I don't want to say too much now, but we like those certain type of women that appreciate the little things. And I think,
well, so
you have someone like that.
Well, for instance, obviously me going in the back of her mind, it's still like the fact that he even still came when he didn't want to shows me that he obviously cares. Because I could have easily just been like, I'm going home.
Yeah,
I'm dead ass fucking sweaty.
Right.
I'm gonna go home. But the fact that I came, regardless, she's gonna think like, okay, he really obviously still cares about our relationship to even come when he could have just went home.
No,
and really, it's not that serious. But in a woman's world, it is serious.
No, but that's why I say back to being serious is like you just taking her out to go eat to dinner.
Yeah,
she appreciates more than you buying her a bag.
She knows that
I think that is like
crucial for the type of girl you have.
That's everything. Yeah.
Well, for instance, stuff like this, it's crucial that we have a newborn. Newborn stages is very hectic.
Yeah.
She's a stay-at-home mom. She's even more hectic. She's with the baby literally from the time the baby wakes up to the time the baby goes to sleep, all day, constantly. Ray was at my house today. Was she not hands-on the entire time, Ray? Non-stop. She knows that I am the type of person where I dead ass can be at home for 30 days straight and not say a word about going out to eat anywhere. Yeah. She knows that. She does not like that because she loves to eat. She loves to go out, get her dose of people, blah, blah, blah. So she knows that we've been eating out like 4 or 5 times a week. Yeah. Just so I can keep her mental good. Yeah, exactly. And she knows I don't want to do that. She knows I'd rather be at the home kicking it, playing the game, watching whatever. Yeah. She knows that. So those little things like that, even dressing like this, sweats, but we go get sushi at a little spot real quick. Yeah. That went way more than anything I ever could have bought, just because she knows I'm trying to take care of her mental. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Stuff like that is crucial.
And I think that's also something that I've learned in my past relationship is like, I'm such a big gift giver, and I do the most when it comes to gifts. And I think I was doing it so much in my last relationship that I could have spent more time with experiences than gifts. And that's something that I'm trying to focus on in the future for myself. Is like, I think it's more important now, even for myself, to spend money on traveling and experiences than materialistic shit. Do you feel that? Do you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's because I'm getting older, and maybe I'm not sure if you're there yet, but like you'll appreciate that, bro, so much more than like buying random shit that just cost a lot. Obviously, you know, homes and cars is something that I really, you know, spend money on, and that's something that I don't mind spending money on. But when it comes to other shit like, you know, jewelry and clothes and whatever is expensive to you that you buy, if you were to take that money and spend it
on experiences
and traveling to new places, bro, that right there like lasts a lifetime.
Talking about the pressures of a man. Okay. Pressures of a man. What are the pressures of a man? What do you think?
The thing is, like, I don't know if it's weird for me to say, but I don't feel like no pressure.
Well, because you've been single. Okay. So let's take 3 years ago.
Maybe.
As a husband and as a father.
Okay.
Obviously, like, you have the pressures of
providing.
What about protection? Right. What about pleasing? That means anything. We haven't went on a date in 3 weeks, Austin. You haven't given me roses since fucking last year.
Yeah.
You got to show up for those things.
I think that I don't see those as pressures though. I feel like you're either doing them or you're not. That makes sense. Like there are certain dudes that are capable and are not capable of doing it. Does that make sense?
Yes, but I feel like a good example is like,
and I feel like the pressure comes from the communication, which is a good type of conversation to have, right? I feel like from what you're saying, Sophia does a good job communicating with you, which is like number one that I've learned
number one
now in relationships,
for sure,
right?
Yeah.
And so that pressure of a woman communicating with you on things that they want or things that you have to work on, I think that is. It doesn't even turn into pressure anymore. You know what I mean? It's like, it's obviously like, okay, yeah, I got to figure this out. I got to do it. I got to step up as a man. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll tell you, for example, have you ever felt, this is a question, have you ever felt like, okay, like, boom, bad month, social media?
Yeah. I think providing wise, that's only where the pressure hits.
So I'll tell you.
I think at least for me, I don't want to speak for any other man out there.
Bad month on social media.
Yeah.
You made half of what you usually make.
Yeah.
All the same bills though.
Yeah.
Right? in that pressure where you feel, right, where you need to do that, where you need to be creative, you need to blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It was not hitting that month.
Yeah.
Same bills. On top of the bills, it was brought up that you haven't been the best husband. I've been asking to go on this date.
Yeah.
I've been asking for you to take me here for this last time.
Yeah.
You haven't checked in with me about this. You know that my uncle just passed or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Then you're like, I got to worry about making sure that we make enough money.
Yeah.
And I got to make sure I fucking keep taking you on dates and shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You ever felt that before?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it definitely adds up. It definitely.
I got to make sure I'm more present with my daughter too. Fuck.
Yeah.
You never felt like that before?
I think that's life though, bro. I think that's like life.
You think most women have those thoughts?
And I think no, but I mean that's a part of.
We're talking about pressures of a man.
And that's a part of being a man is like.
That's a part of being a man.
You got to step up, and I think we also put ourselves in this position to have these type of pressures as well. Does that make sense? Like you're in a position where
my specific situation right now.
Right. Yeah. You're in a position where you got to provide in the way that you have to provide in order to have the nice home, the cars, have everything you want, to make sure your daughter's, having, clothes on her back, food on the table, going to school.
Yeah.
Making sure your Sophia is taken great care of.
Yeah.
Right. Making sure, your nannies, your nurses, everybody's taken care of.
Yeah.
Right. Because you don't have to live like that.
No.
Right. That's what I'm saying is like you and whoever, me, we all put ourselves in a position to where we have no choice but to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So to me, in my head, like the pressure is not pressure. It's something that I chose and I have to just figure it out.
Well,
and there's times where, like I said, I guess you can call it pressure because there's times where it gets difficult.
Right.
I would call it, rough patches.
Right.
We all go through rough patches where, certain months are better than other months. But end of the day is like, I think that pressure is what fuels me to figure it out.
Well, I think what is crucial is that we both had a relationship previously where both people were contributing to the household, to the money, right?
Right.
So when I got out of that relationship,
Yeah.
now I'm in the complete opposite,
Yeah.
right? And I'm with someone who was already making money on her own, capable
Yeah.
of taking care of herself, that's the only type of person I would put in this situation is someone who didn't need me before,
Yeah.
right? That makes me feel good about it. Now, obviously, I'm in a situation where I am the sole provider, right? Where she can stay at home and do whatever the fuck she wants.
Yeah.
Right. And of course, like you said, we have other things attributing to our lifestyle that are paid for or whatever that we don't have to have. They're luxuries, right? I think that was a whole change for me because, but it's a change that I wanted. I manifested this dynamic. I wanted to be in full control of my surroundings.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I want to take that pressure on head on by myself.
Yeah.
And I feel like the most, like I said, we talked about multiple times, like the most masculine thing that you could possibly do is make sure that your girl doesn't have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Right? Because like I said, like mom says all the time, our mom is one of the hardest working, don't need a man type of guy you could possibly meet. And a conversation that really hit me hard is one time we were driving home from somewhere on the freeway and she was like, I never was a kid and wanted to be how I am now.
Yeah.
I know, no woman wants to be a hardworking, go get it themselves type of person.
Yeah.
My situation demanded me to behave this way, and this is who I am now. That's what she said. And this is someone who dead ass.
Yeah.
When you think of a boss woman in your head, she is literally that. She's always been the breadwinner of every relationship she's ever had. She dead ass does not need a man besides actual love, right?
Yeah.
And she said that no woman naturally wants to go do those things.
Yeah.
So every man, whether you're not doing it now, is aspiring to do that already,
right?
Which is a pressure on its own.
Yeah.
I need to make enough money to make sure that my girl doesn't feel that way.
I see what you're saying.
That's a pressure on its own.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, because you think you're coming from a different world and you're having new experiences and you got to provide a different way than you did in your last relationship. So I think that's a great point. I think that's for me too. Like, I think obviously now
you're transitioning into a whole different situation.
But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think now I'll experience those things. You know what I mean? Moving forward, I'll never, and I think it's too is like, I can't say never because you never know what the future holds, but like, I never had it planned to where whoever I was going to be with, speaking about my ex, that she was going to have to be a worker or be successful and make money. Like that was never the plan.
Yeah, obviously.
Right? It just naturally happened to where we both, grew and were successful together.
Right.
Right? I always thought that I was going to be a provider and always going to take care of whoever I was with, you know, no matter what it was.
Right.
So now that I'm not in that situation anymore, I feel like now that mentality is back to me taking care of whoever, you know, I'm going to be with.
The biggest thing, though, I feel like the biggest blessing for you and for me with the breakups is that same thing, is that both people were contributing. So it actually is a big blessing for you moving, like that when you guys split.
Yeah.
She got her own thing going on over there, and you got your own thing going on. So really, the kids aren't lacking anywhere.
Yeah.
It ain't like you have to worry about them, or they have to, or she has to worry about you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's thankful. That's for my situation as well.
Yeah.
So, anyways, pressures of a man. You don't give a fuck. You don't feel them right now.
No, I don't feel no pressure. I don't feel no pressure.
You feel pressure of being a dad?
Yes. That's different.
But that's the pressures of a man.
Yeah, but that's different because.
But it's still pressures of a man.
I have the pressure of thinking that, or not knowing if I'm doing enough or I'm doing a good job. You know, I try my best each and every day to be the best father I can be, but you never know in their eyes or in their head how well of a job that you're doing, right? Only way you know or somewhat know is, you know, how happy they are, the love that they show you. But truly, I think no one can ever know how good of a job that you're doing, or I always say I can do more. I'm always pressuring myself like I can always do more than what I'm doing, and it's like crazy because I'm just like, damn, like I wish there was more hours in the day, because there's times where I feel like I don't spend enough time with them or I'm not doing enough with them, and I think that's one thing that like I deal with the most pressure wise is like if I'm doing enough for my kids.
And I feel like it's the balance too of like making them happy and making yourself happy. Because if you're not happy, you definitely lack at being the best father that you can be.
Yeah.
If you're like, that's all it is for any parent. I feel like if you're not genuinely happy, if you're going through something deeply, it's hard for you to show up for your kids the way that you want to show up.
And I have three of them, so I gotta like spend good quality time with each of them equally. I think that's the hardest thing that I deal with, you know. And I have 2 daughters and I have a son, so you know, each of them and they're all different. They're all unique in their own ways, and so I have to like
they are all different.
Figure them all out individually, equally, and together.
I don't have a favorite. I mean, if I had to have a favorite a niece or nephew, you know who it is.
What are you gonna say, Lele?
You know why?
Because she's the sweetest love bug in the world.
Lele is the most different kid I've ever met in my life. Where she's like 6 going on like 60. She literally is like a grown person in a little person's body. She's so sweet.
She's the sweetest kid in the world.
Quiet,
hands down.
She's like not even hard to deal with at all.
No,
you could have her in your house and you might not even remember that she was there. She literally.
Only thing with Lele is she's so emotional.
She is emotional.
She'll get emotional about the littlest things, and like that girl, she like I said, Elle changed me in a lot of ways, but that girl changed. That girl softened up this heart so much.
Lele is so. I love Lele so. First of all, I love all of them, obviously. Elle. It's different because she's the oldest, so I didn't even know what the fuck it was like even being around a baby until Elle, right? And then Steele's the first boy, so again, he's special in his own way. But Lele, though, Elle is so getting older, and she's getting into that, like, she's about to get into that, like, not want to be around her parents' age. You know
like, I don't need nobody.
You know that, like, get away, Like, she's getting into that age. Lele is a type where I deadass think she might never have that stage. She might always love her mom and dad. Like there's years in that, you know, the puberty and the boy, like they're gonna be like get away from me.
Lele is gonna take care of me and Catherine forever,
bro. There's times I see the kids, and Elle always tries to like evade my hug, and then she'll try to like make Lele not do it. But then if I really look at Lele like I want to hug, she'll be like, and she'll give me the hug like that. She's the sweetest kid.
But pressures of a father is, I think, the only pressure that I have at the moment.
A topic that I wanted to talk about today is that I think it's really crucial, It was emotional too. I mean, for sure, a long time. I'm sure for you too. You never talked to me about it, but I know for a fact it was a deal for you. Is that, and even more for me, is the transition from being around your kids every single day, to going days without seeing them. And obviously, it's definitely better now. And again, you guys have a great relationship.
Yeah.
And I think the struggles of that. Well, there's two struggles, right? The struggle is yours, and the struggle is theirs.
Yeah.
So for you, and that their struggle makes it your struggle too. Like that can make you emotional as well, because you're like, I hope that they're okay. I hope that they're okay with it. I hope that they don't feel no type of way about it.
Yeah.
I hope that they're transitioning well, that they don't have any thoughts about it. That's a whole thing that you take on as well as a father, right? Because you guys are, it's your fault, you guys' fault of why they're dealing with it now, right?
Yeah.
And then on top of that, your own emotional part about it of being like, damn, like for me, even now, I still go through it to this day. You obviously have a schedule with Catherine that's very
I'm so blessed
where
that,
like you guys can kind of do what you want to do.
Yeah,
right?
my situation I feel like is very unique and is the best situation that you could possibly have co-parenting wise. But for you, I know you're going to talk about it, but you have it a little different than I do.
Different.
And I know it's more difficult. So
obviously we have like a standard. So obviously we have me and Soul's mom. We have split custody, right? Yeah. So it's 50-50 down the line. 2-2-3 schedule. So 2-2-3 schedule means, and that's like the standard for every person that goes through the court and does all this type of shit, blah, blah, blah. 2-2-3 schedule literally means you have her Monday, Tuesday.
Yep.
I have her Wednesday, Thursday. You have her for the weekend.
Yeah.
And then we switch.
Yep.
I had her Monday, Tuesday. You have her Wednesday, Thursday. I have her for the weekend.
Yeah.
So one weekend you have her 2 days. The other weekend you have her 5 days.
Yeah.
The other week you have her 5 days.
Yeah.
So, and again, things could change, or her mom's out of town right now. Like stuff could change, where whatever. But most of the time you stick to that schedule. And even to this day, bro, it's like when Soul's not at the house, there's times when I like literally just spend hours in her room.
Yeah.
And just on my phone because I miss her.
Yeah.
And the house is fucking so boring.
Yeah.
And so empty. And it just is a sick feeling. And it's like you're just sad because you miss them.
Yeah.
And also, a key note to talk about is that like it's so different coming from both of our lives, where we're dads that were around the kids every single day, all day, because we work from home, right? Mm-hmm. So it wasn't like you, all right, babe, going to work, seeing maybe it might be already asleep. I literally was around Solene every single day, morning and night, all the way until we split up, right? So then the transition of not seeing her for days at a time, I think it's a tough thing that male and female, right? Moms obviously go through it too. Yeah. That people, I feel like not enough parents talk about it. Yeah. So how was that for you?
Like I said, beyond blessed to have the situation that I have. I think when the breakup first happened, that transition was so seamless because I found a house.
That was close.
When I talked about finding a house down the street, literally down the street from her house, to where it made it so easy for either the kids to go back and forth or for me to go back and forth.
Right.
So for me and Catherine to have the relationship that we still have, being so close, and her allowing me to basically be at her house whenever I wanted, was so important to me. And we made that promise to each other of like, we're not going to have that schedule. You know what I mean? And like you said, even though they go back and forth, there's times where, they sleep at Catherine's, the time they sleep at my house. And when they sleep at Catherine's, it could be a day or 2 days, but I still see them during the day.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like there's times at some point, no matter what, it's really rare when I don't see my kids on a day.
Mm-hmm. Unless you're out of town or some shit.
Unless I'm out of town or some shit. But literally, this gets to the point where they could be with their mom, right? But I'll pop up at their school when their mom picks them up. Right. Or I'll just go to their mom's house and just see them for an hour or so and just hang out.
Yeah,
because
that's crazy.
It's not normal for me not to see my kids. Like I have to see my kids. Like if it got to the point where like, I had to figure out a schedule, and there was a time where like there was a schedule I think talked about, not with her and I, but with like family and friends, of like, oh, would you guys get on the schedule? And I was like, that's not even possible. But then they were like, well, you know, maybe it's good for you to be able to like, you know, focus on work or do your own thing, and for her to focus on work and her do her own thing. And I was like, nah, I can't do it. I mentally would not be able to do it for me to not see my kid for a certain amount of days. Obviously when I travel, that's different, but that's really rare. But for me to go from being with my kids every day to having a schedule, not seeing them 2 or 3 times out the week, I just wouldn't be able to do it.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly.
And so again, I'm very blessed that I was able to have that situation, and I still have that situation that we could see each other, we could see our kids every day. Like literally it's the perfect situation because I live here, Catherine lives here, and their school is right here.
Yeah.
Like it does not get better than that.
Has there been anything that has concerned you, like the kids said?
Of like the fact that they're not with me 24/7.
Just anything, like for instance, like something that like be killing me sometimes is like Soul will literally be like it's so much going from back to your house to mommy's house, like it gets a lot sometimes.
Nah, I think it's very unique too, because me and their mom are so different too. Like, you know, their mom is the type where she's such a nurturer, and I'm the type where I'm just like always like active and like doing a million things with them. Mm-hmm. That it's a perfect balance. You know what I mean? They literally will say like, oh, I want to go and be with dad today because they want whatever it is from me. And there's times where they're like, hey, I want to go be with mom today because they want whatever mom has to offer, because we have that perfect balance. You know what I mean? Yeah. So there's never a time where they're just like, oh, I want to go here or I have to go here. Like it's a great balance that we both have. And my kids are funny because they know what upsets me. So they try to like not tell me certain things. That's one thing that like I'm trying to like still figure out with them. You know what I mean? It's that communication with my kids to let them know it's okay to tell dad certain things. You know what I mean? It could be the littlest things too, like, oh, that, you know, that we didn't go to school today. You know what I mean? That's like a big thing that we talk about, is like, you know, there's times where their mom will allow them to miss school because they put that pressure on their mom. They know their mom is going to give in more than me, right? And they'll come over to my house the next day or that night and act like they went to school. And I'll be like, wait, so I heard from your mom that you didn't go to school today, El. How come you didn't go to school? And they'll not want to talk about it. And I'll be like, you can talk to me about it if there was a reason why you didn't go to school. You know what I mean? So there's things like that. Like I said, it could be the littlest things that they don't want to share, because I could question them or be like, you know, you have to go to school. You can't be missing school. Yeah. You know what I mean? That I'm trying to still work out with them, co-parenting wise, of them not being with me 24/7.
Okay, well, that was enough of the serious side. Now to the fun side, to finish it off, because now I'm a little bit sad. So we got to get to the fun area.
All right, I'm down for the fun.
The fun area are a list of would you rathers. A lot of people have been requesting us to do would you rathers on the pod. Okay. So Ray is going to read them to us, and then we're going to give our answers.
Ray, what's the score of the Laker game?
This guy.
I got to know. I didn't get to watch the game at all.
104-98.
Who's up? Lakers?
Lakers up.
How much time?
2 minutes.
I'm excited.
All right, y'all ready?
Hey, with this win, can buy your courtside seat to the next game.
Okay, for the very last segment, we're doing the would you rathers. Ray behind the camera is going to ask the would you rathers.
Okay.
We choose one of the options, and we explain why we have chosen it.
Okay. Can they hear you, by the way?
Yeah.
You got a mic?
Okay.
Go ahead, Ray.
All right. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death?
Date.
You want to know the date of when you pass? Because what if the date's like next week?
You were going to die next week anyways. Now at least you know.
I want to know the cause, because then I can avoid it.
No, this is no. So you're going to do. It's not It's not avoidable. So
Okay.
you're either going to know how, or you get to know when.
I want to know how. Because what if it could be something lit or something weak?
then you're gonna be depressed. You're gonna be depressed knowing like that I died a week way. And imagine it's like car accident. Every time you're in the car,
knowing when is messed up.
Every time you're in the car, you're gonna be because you know it was a car accident.
Okay,
but if it's when, at least you know how to live it up.
That's true. That's
Think
a good
about
point.
that. You feel me?
Okay.
Next one.
Fair enough.
Next question. Would you rather go back in time to meet your ancestors or go into the future and meet your great grandchildren?
Ooh.
Well, I'm
so
guessing the
good.
future
That's so
one
hard. That's the
is
same
like
thing.
kids that you wouldn't meet because they'd be dead by that time.
L's son
Type shit. And then I feel like I'd have to meet the ancestors though.
Yeah, me too.
Because I want to know kind of more about myself.
Yeah.
Like where y'all
Back in time.
Where we
back in
came
time.
from, yeah.
Okay. Would you rather never brush your teeth or never cut your hair again?
Ooh, never cut it again. But never brush your teeth is crazy.
All your hair though, like
That means you're gonna not
Oh,
have any
everything?
hair, everything,
Pubes,
everything.
That means you're not gonna have no teeth then. If you don't brush them, it's just gonna fall out.
Not my
I
shit.
love
He
my
got
teeth.
veneers.
My shit
Oh,
good.
yeah, you're good. That's true.
My shit
So
good.
you might as well just never brush them shit.
I'm not. I cannot do that to Sophia and have the big crazy bush. You're never having sex again. You're not. You better be
I
super.
don't grow that much hair though, so I'll take the hair.
So you're gonna be.
Yeah, I'll never. Yeah, I'm
You
good.
don't grow that much hair.
No, I don't grow that much hair. Like I'm not a hairy
Your
ass
hair
dude.
down here does not grow that much.
It does grow, but I'm not a hairy ass dude.
So you're telling me 2 years in, your shit's not covering the meat? You're lying.
No, it's not covering the meat. No, it doesn't grow that crazy. It doesn't grow that crazy. It doesn't grow that crazy.
Crazy.
The only hair I really got is like on my head.
Either
to be
you got a
real.
hair problem or you have a super long meat. That's one of the two. One of the two. Okay, go ahead.
All
Right?
right, next one. Would you rather live in a new country every month or never go on a vacation again?
I'll never go on a vacation again.
Yeah, never going to vacation again.
I got kids, bro. That shit crazy.
Would you rather have hands for feet or feet for hands?
Feet for hands.
Hands for feet. Wait.
No.
Wait, feet for hands? But you can't drive?
No,
Oh, you
feet for
can.
hands.
You can, but you can't shoot a basketball.
Bro, you're gonna be so hurt. Your back is gonna be torched doing all that.
No. Wait.
Your hands for feet.
Yeah, but they just look
You're
like
gonna
that.
be going like that.
So you just walk crazy.
Nah.
You like you're crawling. You're like a
you're
gorilla.
like an ape. No, can't
Like an
do
ape,
it.
like an
You're
ape.
not doing that. There's no way. You won't live long. No.
What do you? You can't live long. Your hands are, your feet are hands. You're off though,
Bro, but you can do all type of shit with your feet.
No, your feet stay the same. Yeah.
No, your feet are gonna use them as your hands. That's what he's saying.
like you. No.
Use your feet as hands. That's what he said.
You either have hands as feet.
Yes.
Okay.
Or your feet as
No,
hands.
hands as feet. So you're gonna have 4 sets of hands. Yeah. Or you have 4 sets of feet.
No.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Because you either have feet for hands. So you have literally 4 feet. Feet and feet. You're gonna have feet right here. Like these are gonna be feet right here.
Oh, I thought you said,
Toes.
would you rather have
No,
like
these are gonna be toes.
only legs, like you can use them as your hands, or
No. You're not saying he's old because he doesn't even get the question.
Toes on your hands.
I would rather
Or
have the
fingers
hands.
on
I'd
your
rather have
I want
the
the
hands.
hands as my feet. Yeah,
Okay.
that's common sense.
Go ahead.
All right. Would you rather live in the middle of nowhere in a cabin with no human contact, or in a big city studio apartment with no personal space with like other people in your studio?
Oh,
Studio. I
mean,
can't.
we'd
I'm, not
have
good.
to.
I'm not good at being alone.
I mean, I need Wi-Fi to make money. So I gotta have
Studio.
Would you rather work cleaning up toxic waste or work as in a mortuary, like in a
Toxic waste. No mortuary for me. No.
I'm not
sir.
doing the mortuary because I don't want to deal with the negative energy and the bad vibes.
So you rather work like
I'd rather do something
you rather
dangerous.
come home smelling every day?
Yeah,
dangerous,
I don't
yeah.
care.
Would you rather? Let's skip that one. Would you rather live on canned food or ramen noodles for a week?
Ramen noodles smack anyways.
Smack.
For
Ramen
a
noodles.
week. That means
Yes, ramen
breakfast,
noodle. I do that now.
Can
That shit smacks.
Next one. Would you rather sniff butts like a dog when you meet someone new, or eat dog food every night for dinner?
I
the
sniff
butts.
Sophia's ass every day.
I'm sniffing butts.
I'm sniffing ass every day.
And you're
as
eating
long as
ass.
you don't get in trouble.
And you're eating it.
Would
He's sniffing and eating.
you rather punch a wall full force or get punched in the face?
Wait, what was the
Say
first
it again,
one?
sorry. There's a plane going over us right now.
Would you rather punch a wall with full force or get punched in the face?
Punch a wall with full force.
I'd rather get punched in the face. I hit a wall with full force. I'm breaking my hand for sure.
Okay, well, someone about to break your face.
No, you're not. You're not. You're
Break your nose? People get broken nose all the time when they
Yeah,
fight.
I'm taking the chances of just hitting one and just being straight.
I'd rather have my fist broke than my nose broke. You're crazy.
All right. Would you rather live the life of a nun or an exotic dancer for a week?
Exotic dancer.
So you'd be a stripper or a nun, basically.
Bro, if I was a girl, I probably would strip. I am the bro. I don't care what no one thinks about shit. I don't care. I'm stripping.
No. If he was a girl, he'd be number one on OnlyFans getting hit crazy.
Okay.
He'd have a sex tape with every celebrity. That's what type of busy he
Only
would
the
be.
big names.
Yeah, I'll do the exotic dancer because it's more interesting.
All right. Would you rather walk on ice or hot cement with bare feet?
Ooh. I would do the ice if it didn't like do the burning shit. That's not a guarantee.
I mean, no guarantee.
Wait, say it again. What was the other option?
Walk on ice or hot cement.
That's
with bare
ass one because
feet?
they both are gonna burn.
Yeah. Why not?
I pick one. I don't know.
I'll
Why
do the
not?
ice.
Walk on
I'll do the
snow.
ice because I feel like if you could not keep it on long enough, it won't burn. Like if you just sprint across, it'd be straight.
I'll do the same.
Would you rather go to bed without eating dinner or not eat out all day until you eat dinner?
Oh
Eat
no,
all
not
day.
eat all day until I eat dinner. For
yeah,
sure.
that's the
Falling
worst.
asleep hungry is the worst fucking thing ever. It's the assest sleep ever.
All right. Would you rather not be able to taste or not be able to see colors? Colorblind, basically.
I would
Colorblind.
rather not be able to see colors.
Yeah.
Taste is crazy.
All right. Would you rather have the ability to change the past or see in the future?
See in the future.
I would rather be able to see in the future because you can't. There's no reason to change the past. The past happened exactly how it was supposed to happen, no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Would you rather have sex in the morning or at night?
Night.
At night.
Would you rather have a quickie or a long, passionate love making session?
Quickie.
Long, passionate love making.
I like the quickie.
Right? Would you rather be on top or bottom?
What?
That's the
what does
question.
that
I
mean?
don't know.
Is that a super Diddy question or is that not?
I don't know. Would
On
you rather
top
be
or
on top
bottom?
or bottom?
Like, are you a top or are you a top or a bottom?
I'm
Yeah.
a 50-50 guy.
Huh?
50-50. I like both.
What you mean?
Like, I like when they're on top, and I like to be on top too sometimes.
Okay. I'd rather be on top.
All right. Would you rather do it in silence or with music? No, actually, skip that one. Would you rather try a new position or stick to the classics?
I
I'd
mean,
rather-
just for fun? Yeah, I'll try a new one.
Try a new one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Spontaneous for sure.
Would you rather be with someone quiet or vocal? So like someone loud.
Vocal.
Vocal.
Or
Yeah,
silent.
can't do
Like,
the quiet.
I'm
Silent
talking
is the
about-
worst because you'll never know
I'm
what
talking
the
about
fuck.
monkey noises. Like
Oh, just sexually?
yes.
Oh,
Sexual?
I'm for sure doing the loud.
Yeah.
I want that. Oh, ah, ah. All that.